Māui-matawaru Māui of the 8 charms, expressive of his supernatural powers. The theme behind this artwork is celebrating Onehunga by exploring the nature of the area and its cultural relevance. I decided to explore themes of Atua Māori and use pūrakau to determine the creative process by explaining and showing the stories to Māori people. There are many versions of Māori stories with different iwi having their interpretation. This represents my version of the story according to my research. The Kereru represents Maui Pōtiki, who is known as a demigod and a shapeshifter. I have used 2 stories of Maui about nature, such as trees and oceans. The first pūrakau I use is Maui's birth and upbringing. Taranga had given birth to Maui Pōtiki and thought the child was a miscarriage. Taranga cut off some of her hair, wrapped the baby in it and threw it into the sea. This is where the name Maui Tiki Tiki a Taranga comes from, which translates to Maui, the top knot of Taranga. The blue parts of the kōwhaiwhai design represents 2 Atua, Hine Moana, the goddess of the ocean, and Tangaroa Whakamautai, the god of the sea. Both Atua use their ability to control the tides and waves to protect the child and take him to safety. The red parts of the design are a reference to a tāhuhu design which represents the lines of descent of chiefs or Atua. They are called Ihoa, Ira Atua, Ira Tangata, Ira Wahine. This design represents the wave children of Hine Moana, whose names were Ngaru Nui, Ngaru Roa, and Ngaru Tike Tike. I also included the tides, Rongomai Tahanui. There were other guardians of the sea I included as well, such as Apai Waho, Te Ahi Moana, Tangaroa Pā Ti Ere, Papa Ti Ere, Te Peti Peti, and Te Rangahua. These guardians were seen as spiritual beings that will eventually give out their powers on the child Maui Pōtiki. In the end, Maui has been sent to Tamanui Kitarangi, who is a sea creature, and taken under his care. This depiction of Maui relates to a pūrakau where Maui has met his father, Tangaroa i te Rūpetu. From that point of the story, Maui has already met his mother, Taranga, along with his brothers, Maui Mua, Maui Roto, Maui Pai, and Maui Taha. Taranga would often visit her partner at his home, Pairo and Rarohinga. Maui would follow her and find a long steep tunnel. Maui Pōtiki uses his magical powers and transform into a kereru and flew down and rest on a tree. Originally, it was supposed to be a manapo tree. I decided to use the tōtara, pūriri and kauri trees because of the significance behind these trees, and using another pūrakau to explore nature. The kauri tree represents Tāne-mahuta, the god of the forest, birds, nature and light. He's known for accomplishing many great things in his life, such as separating Ranginui and Papatuanuku, arranging the sun, moon and stars into the skies, and being the one who brings knowledge into the world. One of the first things that he created was the kauri tree and the kereru bird, along with other trees and birds. Tāne, along with Mumuhango, the goddess of the forest, created the first tōtara tree. Tōtara is used to carve meeting houses and tell the stories of our tipuna throughout Aotearoa. The pūriri tree represents Akerautangi, which relates to a pūrakau where Tāwhiri Mātia was angry at his siblings and started to attack them. He defeated all of them except for one, Tū Matawenga. Their first battle ended in a draw and 2 hid in a mamaku tree, where he meets with Rurutangi Ako, who was one of Tāne's wives. 2 asked Rurutangi Ako to seek a weapon and Ruru gave him his child, Te Akerautangi, who had 4 eyes and ears and 2 mouths and 2 noses. 2 uses Akerautangi combined with his pouwhenua to create the first taiaha, and he uses the new weapon to defeat Tāwhiri Mātia. Their colours were decided by the Onehunga Mural team and myself. I consider placing each colour where they are to interconnect with each other to form the story. To me, the blue represents three Atua: Tangaroa, Tāwhiri-mātea, and Ranginui. It suited the story of Maui, how he ashore as a baby with the protection of the seas, and Akerautangi, alongside two to face the wind god. The red represents Te Wehenga. When Ranginui and Papatuanuku separated, the blood came to form the red ochre. The red ochre is used to decorate carvings by using the totara tree as the original material. The yellow represents the one or mud or sand, which acknowledges the Onehunga community. One translates to sand. It refers the first Māori wahine, hine ahu one. She is made from the clay of the earth, which Tāne-mahuta was responsible for creating her, and it further enhances the connection of whakapapa. There you have it, whānau. Here are the insights and ancient stories into my creative process behind the concept art of Toi Onehunga. This artwork is for a upcoming mural project. Let me know what you think by typing a comment. Please like, share and follow for more of my art. There should be a link in my bio, or scan the QR code I made here. Thanks for watching. E te iwi. Cheers.